everyone, I'm Raw Chef Yin, and today I wanted to try 2 eggplant bacon recipes. One by Yes Baby, I Like It Raw. I don't really know how to pronounce her name. I've been listening to her reels to find out, is it like Zinga? Anyway, yeah, she was part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. So I saw her eggplant recipe, and that's something that I wanted to make for some time. So I thought I'll try it out based on what I have. Check it out. She's at Yes Baby, I Like It Raw. She's got raw pancakes, coconut yogurt, lemon chia pudding. Oh, that was a walnut maple cereal that I wanted to make as well. But yeah, today I'm going to try her eggplant bacon based on what I have. So I'll be making some adaptations as well. And also, let me pin the link, pin the comment. Hello, Raw Koala. Hello, everyone. Ooh. Post. Pin comment. Hello, Yoli Ying. Hello, James. Hello, Kind Living Foods. Hello, Asamat. Hi, Chef. Hi, Azlin Zainal Arif. Hello, Nick Kalina. Okay, so thanks also to Diamond Greens for sending through the organically grown eggplants. So I've already peeled them, and I use this really very old kitchen helper. I need to get a new mandolin one of these days. Yeah, but anyway, I've peeled the eggplant. The eggplants here that we get are much smaller, and then I've sliced it. Yeah. I couldn't take out the seeds, but yeah, I've sliced it as well. And then so I'm going to make the marinade. And we'll see whether we need to double it or not, depending on what we have. Yeah. But okay, so I've actually put in, so her original recipe actually asked for Roma tomatoes. I don't have that, so I'm just putting in I put in a sun-dried tomato, which I cut up a bit. And because she asked for 1 plum tomato. Anyway, I don't have that, so I'm going to put in some of the water that I soaked in, because the tomato would have, oops, did I put too much water? the tomato would have some kind of liquid and moisture in it, so I'm just using that. And then she asked for namashoyo tamari, but guys, I use my soy sauce. I love my soy sauce. This is Moo soy sauce, high quality soy sauce. But if you are soy free, then you can always use you could always use coconut aminos. Yeah, this one has no preservatives, no additives. I have to keep saying that because people keep asking me. Anyway, we'll do that. And then she'll ask for 1 tablespoon maple syrup. I'm using my Gula Melts. The Gula Melts comes in sugar granules, and then I just added some water. Although they also have the bottle as well, but I don't have any more of that, so I'm just using this one instead. Yeah. So liquid sweetener going in. Hello, baby girl. Your kimchi is the kimchi that I made from your recipe. This morning my whole kitchen smells of kimchi right now. I got like 1.5 bottles of kimchi, salt-free kimchi. Yeah. And then I also one more. Yeah. She also is using apple cider vinegar, but because I fermented my lacto-fermented buliming bulo, and I still have this, so I'm going to use this instead. Although maybe like apple cider vinegar might taste better, I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to use this up because if not, I always have a lot of this from my lacto fermented veggies, and I don't know what, but I want to use it, so I'm using this. Okay, so we'll put in the smoked paprika. Oh, you know what? I'll put in the smoked paprika. Just trying to figure out like which one can I use first so that I don't have to. Yeah. So smoked paprika going in. and then a liquid smoke. So yeah, I usually don't use liquid smoke, but because a friend gave this to me, so I was like, oh okay. And then when I use it, Mr. Jazz Guitarist loves it. Yeah, I'm still like, ooh, you can actually smell the liquid smoke right now. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, interesting. It's half a teaspoon. I usually use like a quarter or like, you know, a few drops or something, but yeah. And then half a teaspoon of onion powder. See, that was what I was thinking I need to put in. Never mind. Because this will wet it. Oh, it's okay. I can like, yeah. All right. Put in the powder. And then I'll mix it up. Okay. So, yeah. Onion powder goes in. Alright. And a dash of cayenne. Hello Tibika, I don't have cayenne, so I'm just putting in some Malaysian chili powder. I think I'm gonna put more because I like it spicy. This is just basically, I think it was just dried chili flakes, which I just ground up, actually. Yeah. Okay, so what do we have? We had, so my sun-dried tomatoes have gone in, my mung soy sauce has gone in, the gula melts has gone in, smoked paprika, liquid smoke, onion powder, apple cider I put in my lacto-fermented, I call it a juice. And then some Malaysian chili powder. Yeah, and then she says just blend it up in a blender, blend ingredients until smooth. Yeah, okay. So that's eggplant marinade. Just gonna blend it here. Oh, let me bring my dehydrated tray over as well. So I'm using the Excalibur dehydrator. This is, I'm using the 9 tray Excalibur dehydrator, one of the older ones, because that was a pre-loved one. Hello Adrina, how are you? And I'm putting it on top of the Paraflex Ultra Sheet, so your non-stick dehydrator sheet. Let me see how I can do this. Oh, we'll figure it out. Okay, and then her instructions was actually to place the eggplant slices onto the dehydrated tray, and then after that, and brush both sides with the sauce. And then dehydrate for 12 hours, yeah, and flip halfway through, or, you know, depending on, yeah. But, I think I'll just pour it inside my bowl and put the slices in and then put it onto the dehydrated tray, actually. Because I don't want to be brushing each slice, because my eggplant slices are, like, very small. So, if I'm going to brush it, it will take forever. Yeah. I want to taste this. Nice. I put too much spice. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is the color. This is how it looks like. So I'm just gonna pour it. Yeah, unfortunately my NutriBullet blades are not working super well, so the yeah, I'm just gonna plonk them all in, actually plonk a few in, and then this morning I was like, why am I doing this? I could have just like just steam it and then eat it. But then I was like, I remember making this for snacks for a flight to Penang, I think, and then what happened was I think I ate most of it. Well, I didn't eat most of it, but yeah. So that's how it looks like. Yeah, and then just put it onto the tray, and then just dehydrate it. She didn't put the temperature, but I'm putting it at there's a 115 Fahrenheit mark there, so yeah. Raw koala, this sounds great. I'm yet to try raw eggplant as it's one of my least favorite veggies. Oh yeah, so raw koala on my YouTube channel, I have one that I did for Christmas actually, eggplant bacon. Yeah, I can't remember what ingredients I used, but it's similar. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some, either your coconut aminos or your soy sauce that I used, and then there was also smoked paprika. I might have put in some cumin as well. I have a recipe that I really like, so I also use it for my coconut bacon actually. Yeah, I have a coconut bacon recipe that I really like, but eggplant bacon, yeah. So anyway, check out my YouTube channel. That is under the Christmas, I think it's like 5 days of Christmas or something. Yeah, I have another one there as well. So, but you can play around, put in the herbs and spices that you like. Yeah, but if you don't like eggplant, then just don't eat it. I mean, some people don't eat it because it's a nightshade as well. Mr. Jazz, guitarist, loves eggplant. That's why I asked Diamond Greens for it. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? You know what? I was thinking I should just, since I'm doing this live, I might as well answer some questions. I had some questions from some people. Oh yeah, is the chef still around? He had some questions, so why don't I answer that? Yeah, I was going to do it on another day, but since I'm here, I put the questions on a where do I open it? Okay. Raw Koala says, thanks, I will search your YouTube. You're most welcome. Hello, Vicat. Okay. Alright. Yeah, okay. So someone asked, have you found the eBooks to be a positive way of getting content to your followers while also producing a little income? So is it a positive way? Yes, it is a positive way. Is it a little income? Yes, it's a little income. But okay, you know what? Let me talk about how the butt. I think my butt was just like, but it's it can be a lot of work, especially if you're doing the first time. And okay, this is how my tray looks like right now. If you're just wondering what I'm doing, because I realized like, I can't. You guys can't really see, can you? Move this back. Okay, so we can put this over here. You can see a bit more. I'm basically laying it out in a single layer so that it will dehydrate properly. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna put in more of the. Okay. But okay, what I want to say was like, it depends. If like a lot of people know you, then it's easier to sell your books. If people don't know you, then it's then you have to spend a lot of time doing a lot of marketing for the ebooks. Yeah, because when I first, okay, actually I did not want to I never really wanted to write an ebook. I remember I had a lot of people asking me to write an ebook, and I was like, nah, because I really enjoyed just doing in-person classes and in-person pop-up dinners and in-person consultations and all that. So, you know, and just doing an ebook just sounded like a lot of work. But what happened was I was accepted to the MIT bootcamp, and out of I can't remember how many, like thousands and thousands of people applied, and only like maybe about 50 people were accepted, and I was one of them. And I needed money to pay my fees because the fees were really expensive. So what I did was I kind of did it like a Kickstarter. Yeah, but I did it on Indiegogo. So the book was actually the ebook was actually a fundraising thing. And then I wrote it, and I managed to raise enough funds, and also I had some help from family as well. So anyway, I managed to raise enough funds to go for the MIT bootcamp. And then so that was in 2017. And then what happened? I think, was it 2018 maybe? And then anyway, and because it was my very first book, people were like extremely excited about it. So a lot of people bought the book, and a lot of people were just getting the book also there were a lot of people who are not raw, but they were getting the book just to support me. Yeah. So that was the very first one. And then I think what happened was the next one I wrote was because I was invited to take part in the International Raw Food Day. Yeah, so I wrote another one for the International Raw Food Day. And then what happened was I broke my toe. Yeah, so I couldn't be in the kitchen for 3 weeks. And so since I was just kind of like stuck I couldn't be in the kitchen. I was just like in front of my computer. I wrote a few more ebooks because I just I had a lot of recipes that I had made and used, in my other workshops or for my pop-ups and things like that. So I just decided to do a compilation of all that and put it and create some more ebooks. And then the following year I created another one because I got invited to take part in the next International Raw Food Day. Was 2020. Yeah, that was last year, so I did that. Okay, here you go. So I'm just gonna put this into my dehydrator. So I'll be gone for a couple of seconds and I'll be back. Next tray. Yeah, and then this year I haven't written any ebooks. Before this, for this year, then I wrote so I got invited to contribute to the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. So I was like, oh, it's time to write another ebook, since the last time I wrote one was last year. And and I basically developed recipes. There were all these recipes in my head that I wanted to put down on paper. So this was the perfect time to put it down. It's all like my Malaysian favorites that I really, really, really like. And then I make it raw vegan and made it low fat and made it zero oil. I think the zero oil is easy, and the low fat is not easy but easier. But to make it low fat, that was the part that was like the most difficult, because I had to make sure that it was maximum of only 20% fat. So like for example, the curry kapitan, I usually like, you know, put in a whole cup of coconut milk, and this time I couldn't. So I think I only put in like 1 tablespoon of coconut milk, and then I had to figure out like how do I make it like a low fat and still make it creamy. So I used cauliflower as the base instead. Yeah, so that's how it was. Yeah. Someone said love. Thank you so much. Who is it? Cordyceps Ishvara says love. Oh, thank you. And Rokoala says, I hope everyone is having good daylight. Yeah, we're having good daylight today. Yeah, yesterday was raining, but right now, this morning was good, but I didn't go out though. I was like, oh, I should go for a walk, and then I was just like, and then, I mean, I kind of sat in the balcony for about half an hour in the morning, and then after that, then I was like, oh, I have all these emails to reply. So I was doing that. Rokoala says, do you enjoy writing ebooks now? Okay. I enjoy making the developing the recipes. I think recipe development is really very exciting for me. I enjoy eating the food. I don't enjoy we had a deadline though, so I had to keep to the deadline. So I think if I didn't have a deadline, then that was okay. Funnily enough, I'm not a huge fan of taking photos. So for my other print book, because that one I worked with a publisher, so they had a photographer come in to take all the photos. So I love that. A lot of you have been very, very kind and have been complimenting my photographs, but yeah, I don't really enjoy taking photos. I mean, I don't actually. I think if I had somebody else to take it, I would just like go like, yeah, you know, you guys take it, I don't need to take it at all. Yeah. Also because I did everything, just that I think my boyfriend helped me with the proofreading. Writing out the recipes is sometimes just like, oh, because after I make it and it tastes so good, and then I eat it, I take the photos and I eat it, and then I'm like, I'm done, I don't really want to do anything else. I was half wondering whether I should see if I can get someone to you know, because I videoed it as well, so I was wondering if I could get someone to just watch the videos and transcribe it, but I just never got around to finding someone to do that. Yeah, so I didn't. Yeah. Raw koala, food photography is a lot of work. Ebooks must be a lot of work. Yeah, if you do it all yourself, then it is. And then if you have like super high standards like me, then it is as well. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm a very good photographer. Oh yeah, there was a question about like, are professional photographs an integral part, or can they be just shot using your phone camera? So for my ebooks, I used a combination of some shots. I used the DSLR, and some shots I just used my phone, because I think sometimes the DSLR was acting up, or it ran out of battery, or and that's my fault. I should make sure that my batteries are all charged before taking photo, before I even make a food, right? But anyway, yeah, so it was a combination of a professional, well, a good camera, and also my phone. Is it integral part? It really depends. I think it depends on how it depends on you. I mean, obviously, if you have professional photos, it's much better. But I feel like if you are doing this for the very first time and you have a very tight budget, then you know you don't need to get you don't necessarily need to get a professional photographer. I mean, if you can get one, then that would be awesome, because because people kind of like, a lot of people are visual creatures, right? So if they see it and people like the look of the food, then they might want to get it. Yeah, but I think a lot of people in the bundle, a lot of them just use their phone to take it. Yeah, so I would say if you are doing this for the very first time, I wouldn't spend a huge amount of money. I think if it's a print book, then it'll be great to get a professional. But if it's just an ebook, then if the phone is all you have, then use the phone. The whole idea is to treat it as a learning process, because for different people, it might be a different experience actually, and so each time I made an ebook, I learned how to do my formatting. I learned how to do in fact, I just learned how to do the languaging as well. I actually bought a book, a recipe manual, I think, was it? I can't remember, but basically it's a whole, like a print book on how to write recipes, because there is a certain house style and there's a certain way, and whether you want to put the liquids first or you put the dark items first, and also like how you write it. It needs to be it needs to be but it's better that way, I think, because if you don't have depends on whether you have a professional editor or not. I mean, like for my guilt-free desserts book, we I think they have a team of editors working on it, so that was really cool. Yeah. So anyway, I also got I also actually read a whole book on how to write recipes. I think that's very important. I think it's really important that you need to have the yield. Because one by one. Like I was going through one of the recipe books, and some people, they don't put the yield. I mean, I initially also didn't, because I feel like every time I follow a recipe book, it says makes 10, and then I make it and it's like, no, it's less, or maybe it's more, or so. I think for my first book I didn't put the yield, but nowadays I always make sure that I say, like, whether this serves one portion, one person, 1 cup, makes 1 cup, and all that, because I feel like that's very important. If not, if I happen to want to make that recipe for my family, right, like a whole family, and I don't realize that now I look at the recipe, I kind of know already how much this makes, but for someone who is very new, they might not know, and they think like, I can make it for 4 people, and then when you make it, it's like, it's only like enough for 2. So I think that's really important. Yeah. Raw Koala asks, did you learn the ebook formatting online? No. hold on, let me put this one and then I'll continue. Okay, so I guess I am quite fortunate and lucky in the sense that I'm just trying to open up this so I have all the questions. My boyfriend, he was already creating online courses and ebooks even before I was. So he taught me how to do the formatting. But I used to also, the other thing is, I used to work as a corporate communications executive, and part of your job as a corporate communications person is writing a lot of reports. So not only it's a lot of writing. You basically like write press releases, you write speeches, you write reports, and submitting reports, you do a lot of formatting. So I think all that formatting of reports that I did in my corporate work, yeah, I applied it. I applied it in doing my ebook. So that's one. Yeah. But yeah. So that's it. What are the pros and cons of writing an ebook? It's funny, I thought about it. I was like, I don't think there were any cons. Well, okay, there was one con, only because my first ebook, when I wrote it, someone said that she wanted to get it as a Christmas present for someone. So I knew I had a deadline to meet to get it out before Christmas. But that meant I had to spend many hours staring at the laptop and sitting in a chair that was not ergonomic. So that cost me that caused me some issues, and I had to go for acupuncture treatment and all that, because I was just like spending like 13 hours in front of the computer trying to meet my deadlines. But that is not because of an ebook. I think that was just because I did not know how to take proper breaks, and I didn't respect my body. So I guess that's not a con of writing ebook, but that's just something to remember. Like, I would prioritize my body now over a deadline. Oh, that's what I say, but the pros, I think especially what I do, right? Because not many people actually there are very few very few books out there that focus on Asian raw vegan food. I mean, there are books on raw vegan food, there's books on vegan Asian food, but to have books on Asian raw vegan food, there are not a lot. I tried to buy whatever I could find. So Anifio has a great book. There was another book by this lady, I think she was based in, I got that book in Bali. So that's also an interesting book, although I feel like not everything is raw, because it has some things that are not necessarily raw, like vermicelli noodles and all that, and tempeh in it and all that. But yeah, I mean, that was another one. I think there were about 4 that I found. Yeah, so I bought all those to understand, just as research and reference and all that. So I think it's a really good documentation of your recipes and your legacies. I think I remember saying this, that I would love it, if people make my recipes in the restaurants and like people are eating it and all that. So I think just documenting it is really, really good, because if not, I will forget. Raw koala. So Anifio has a few, right? So is that the Asian one that you have? She has good recipes. I've tried out a lot of the recipes from that Asian book. Yeah. Actually, I'm still trying to figure out what happened to her. Not figure out, but I've asked because Annie has seemed to disappeared. I guess she's not doing anything wrong. She's not, she's not on social media anymore. Yeah. So that's the pros and cons. I think also I think people who love what you do, they want to support you, so you are giving them an opportunity to do that. Yeah, and to get your work appreciated out there. But I think it's really good to just, even if nobody buys it, at least you have it documented, because if not, it will be I have 2 or 3 written notebooks that I wrote my recipes in, and then now I'm trying to just make sure I put it on digital. And a lot of times I used to just make stuff and then I don't write it down because it's very intuitive, and then a few years later I look at it and go okay, I can't remember how I made this anymore. Yeah, so it's a really good, just personal documentation and records of what you're making. Yeah. So So yeah, I hope that answers that question. I think I'm running out here. I think you know what, I almost feel like I'm gonna do this. No, I'm gonna do this, but yeah. No, I was just thinking like because I made the raw BQ sauce, and I still have some extra, so I was thinking of like I might just use that as a marinade for the remainder of this. Raw Koala says, thank you for sharing your experience with us. No problem. I had some questions on that, and that was something that I was trying to reply in the live the other day with Chris, but there were so many questions I didn't get to reply all, so I thought, yeah, I'll do that as well. I think there's a bit more here. Can do this. Yeah. Okay, there is also a question, is there a template or website you prefer to use to create your ebook? I think I answered that, but I just I'll briefly mention it again. So canva.com is what I use, and I also use Google Docs as well. So I use a combination. So for all the visual stuff, I use Canva, and then because Canva has free templates and a lot of free. I'm not using the paid Canva. I know like Lisa's using the paid version. It's a subscription service, so I'm not using that. I'm just using the free stuff that's available on Canva. And yeah, I know there was once I was doing a collab ebook with 6 other raw chefs. So it was called 7 days of raw food with 7 raw food chefs. So we actually had a template. They actually bought a template to use for that. But so I was half wondering whether I want to get the template, but I was looking through the templates and I was like, I didn't like how they did the formatting and the margins, so I don't know, I never did. So yeah, but I know there are there are websites and templates online that you can use as well. Yeah, so but I haven't used those, so I'm not sure whether it's whether they're user friendly. I have been looking and thinking about that. I think Designer was one of them, but I saw some bad reviews of that, so I didn't use it. Yeah. Okay. Do you find that reach is broader with an ebook as opposed to traditional publishing? That will depend on who your publisher is and how diligent they are in pushing out your book. Yeah. So, and that also depends on how much energy you have. You know, if it's an ebook, then you need to reach out to, you have to figure out ways to reach out to people. Whereas if you have a publisher who I think it all depends on who your publisher is actually. That's how it is. Yeah, so they might get a bigger reach. I mean, if they're a good publisher, then they should get a bigger reach actually, I would think so. Yeah. What's the best way to market your ebook? Ooh, I actually don't know what is the best way. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I can tell you the various ways that I market my ebook. I won't know what is the best way, but I could tell you the various ways. So give me a few seconds. I'm gonna put this into the dehydrator. I should have taken the sauce out earlier. Hold on. Anyway, I'll be back. This is how it looks like. So this was the raw BQ sauce that I made. This is from Dan's eBook Raw to the Core. You can check him out. He's at Enzyme, I think 333 or something. So I thought since I had some extra, I'm going to use this. Oops. Oh, did I put too much? I'm going to use this instead for the eggplant. Yeah. Okay, what's the best way? I'm going to talk about like how I marketed the book. But Roko, let's say it's fun hanging out in the kitchen with you. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Okay, one of the ways is I actually send out an e-newsletter. And I try and send it out daily. So, and in that e-newsletter, I will share things that I don't share on any of my social media channels. I go in depth. I share recipes, I share tips, I share techniques. Sometimes I rant. Sometimes some people have gotten angry with me. Some people have written back to me being like, yeah, really upset with the things that I say and all that. But yeah, so anyway, so in those emails, e-newsletters that I send out every day, if I have, you know, like when I have an ebook, then that's when I talk about my ebook. So that's what I do. And then I'm on all my social media channels. So I am on YouTube, I am on Facebook, I'm obviously on Instagram because I'm talking to you on Instagram right now. Yeah. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Sometimes I tweet, but I'm not very good on Twitter, so don't bother. Because my Twitter just reposts things. Oh, sometimes I rant on Twitter, but not so much. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I'm on social media, and then the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle is the second bundle that I took part in. So that's another way of marketing your book. I think because I think the person who asked me, I think you have a restaurant, right? So you can put it up all over on your in the restaurant. Let your customers know about it. But the thing is, you have to keep talking about it. If not, people will just forget, you know. So like, I remember like I have a course on how to make tempeh, and for a long at one time when I launched it, a lot of people bought it, and then a lot of people found it online and people just buy. But I haven't been speaking about it recently, so no sales are coming in. Oh, that's not eBook, that's a course, but I mean it's the same thing. How else do I market? So I take part in the bundles, I write about it. Oh yeah, so because last year I did a lot of lives because we were in lockdown and there was nothing else I could do. I couldn't go anywhere. We were only like allowed to go out for essential services and I think to buy groceries. So I was stuck here, which is something very strange for me because I used to travel all the time. Yeah, to give you an example of how I used to travel, like last year, I was in the US, both the East Coast and the West Coast and East Coast, for 1 whole month. And then when I came back, I was supposed to be going to Australia to present at the Perth Vegan Expo, so that got cancelled. And then in summer I was supposed to be in there were plans to be in London, in Italy, and Portugal, and Turkey, so everything got cancelled. And then I was supposed to be in Singapore, so that got cancelled as well. And then I was supposed to be in Hong Kong and Macau, and that got cancelled. So yeah, and I think for the past few years my travel schedule has been very packed. Yeah, I've been like, you know, I've presented in I've taught at Plant Academy in London. I presented at the Brighton Vegan Festival in the UK. I taught in France. I have I've done workshops. I've done workshops and talks in Thailand, in Chiang Mai. Singapore is always like every year I'm in Singapore. you know, I did a pop-up in Hong Kong in 2019. Have you been to Australia? So yeah, raw koala. I was in Australia 2019 in Perth. I presented at the Perth Vegan Expo. I showed how to make, what did I show? Oh yeah, raw vegan totoro onigiri. Yeah, so I was in Australia. That's why in 2020 they invited me back again. Flight tickets were already booked and everything. Yeah, so yeah, but then I think the lockdown happened, and because they said they needed to cancel any events that was more than 500 people. So yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna try this. It's yum. Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Yeah. So what was I trying to say? Yeah, I was trying to say, like, because I was stuck at home all the time, I was doing lives every day, and from my books. So I did quite a number of lives from my just showing what I have in my ebook, how to make the recipes in my ebook, and yeah, so people started buying when after they watched the lives. The other thing that I did was, I previously did, but I haven't done it because it gave me so much stress, was I used to run free Zoom sessions and I would demonstrate a recipe every Sunday morning Malaysian time, 11:30. Yeah, so I did that. When that first started, we had a lot of people watching, but then after that the numbers kind of dwindled, and also I just found that I was a bit overwhelmed because I needed to, like, you know, start exactly at that time, and then my whole Sunday morning would be gone because I'm prepping for it, and I'm also writing out the script on what to say, because I'm quite introverted, so I'm not like a natural speaker, so for a lot of things I actually have to prepare. Like for the Chef AJ show, I think if you guys watched it on how to make tom yum soup, I think that was something I practiced like 3 times before going on air, so that you know we have a good show on her Chef AJ's show. So I just found like doing Zoom classes every week was Zoom sessions, free Zoom sessions every week was a bit too stressful for me, so I stopped. But I was just thinking about, like, maybe to do it again, you know, I don't know, maybe like once a month or something. Yeah, well, we'll see. I have so much paperwork to do right now, so I'm just like and then I'm like, now I have the bundle, I just want to try out all these recipes from the bundle. I don't want to do my own stuff. I like trying out other recipes from, you know, chefs and bloggers and influencers and ebook creators and all that. So yeah. So yeah, those were some of the ways. I think there are more ways as well. You can do like collabs, maybe get another chef to try out your recipe, go on lives together. There's all sorts of things, all sorts of ways of marketing. But yeah, so that's it. Okay, I'm already done with this, so I'm gonna go and make my lunch now. But I don't think I'll go live to make my lunch because I'm a bit tired from talking. I'm gonna be making papaya noodles actually, so I don't know, maybe I'll just record it as a time lapse and put it up for you guys to see. We'll see. Yeah, Raw Koala says, I hope you get to travel again soon. Yeah, I really hope so too. And Raw Koala says, you were great on AJ. Oh, thank you so much. And Puni the Kanan says hi whenever you're in Singapore. Yeah, Puni the Kanan, I have taught how to make tempeh in Singapore, how to make raw vegan mooncakes in Singapore. I've also taught like an introduction to raw vegan food in Singapore. And then I did the raw vegan cheese, I think, yeah, in Singapore Vegan Festival, I think 2 years ago. And then this year I did it online on how to make raw vegan eclairs. Yeah, but yeah, thanks so much for joining me. And yeah, if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, please follow me on Instagram. If you can like my post and like and share, I think, like save and share the post, that will really help, because that will help get you know, all these lives and all my posts out to more people, and I really appreciate it. Sign up for my e-newsletter. The link is in the bio, and I'll see you guys another time.